Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about something that is really super important to me. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's something that I feel like if you are geared towards productivity is going to make a world of difference in your life. So I'm going to use my 2019 planner of choice if I actually end up sticking with this one as my main planner, which I'm pretty sure I will, and show you a few tips on how to properly time block. So let's go ahead and get started. If you are new to my channel, remember to subscribe so you don't miss any future content. And if you are returning, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you. If you are new and have missed the previous video, I do have a giveaway video going on. It is on the video right before this. It's a faith planner giveaway. If you're interested in that, check it out. Make sure to go ahead and enter the giveaway because it will be announced here in a few days. So let's talk about time blocking. The first thing you're going to do for this is get yourself a sheet of some nature, blank piece of paper, filler paper, paper that you can punch in your planner, anything like that, and whatever you want. It can be a plain white one that's big. I prefer a half sheet for this, but if you want white, then this is there. It doesn't have to be graphed paper. I like graph paper for stuff like this. I didn't even use graph paper for mine, but I do like it. So if you have some, then you might want to use that. If not, then, that's good too. Whatever works. My hands are looking so dry today, guys. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I need to put some lotion on. All right, so let's go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. All right. Obviously, this is my planner, and I did buy, when I went to go buy the Christmas book that I was sold out, I did buy the dashboards that I was looking for. I just haven't changed them out yet. I have a few more accessories to add, actually. So I will get to that. Love these sticky notes. I just was reminded when I opened these up how much I love these. Love that. Love that. Now, you don't have to do it on a piece of paper like I have. I'm going to go to one where you can see the whole week. You can do it on a little piece of note card, and then, which could be another great way to do it, and then just pop it in here, a punched piece, however you want to do it. And you don't necessarily have to keep it in every week, but let's pretend that this is your week. And the way I've been doing it, if you don't know, I've been using my weekly spread how I normally do. I decorate it up with a lot of colors and stickers and make it super fun. I put the things I know I have to do, and then I convert them over. So let's talk about time. Time is a funny thing because it's very fluid, and it's something that we don't necessarily realize how much time throughout our day gets wasted on small things. So I bet if you wrote down, if you set a timer and every 30 minutes that your timer went off on your phone, you wrote down exactly what you're doing in a piece of paper, you'd be astonished at how much time you're not actually doing things you think you're supposed to be doing, or you're supposed to be doing and you're not doing. Some of it can be mom related. If you're a mom and you have little kids, you will find that you plan to do something and then they come in and start terrorizing, and then you have to fix that, and it did not go as planned, and that's just life. But I will give you that it does happen quite a bit in my life, so I can completely relate. However, we do waste a lot of time as human beings. It's just in our DNA, and it's something that we have to become self-aware of to stop. So, step number 1. Become self-aware. Step number 2, really put an action plan to where your time goes. So that's what we're going to do right now. However you want to block these times out, it could be per hour, it could be per task, however you want to do it. Make yourself a key. This is the key for me. Now, I kind of wanted a decorative one. I just updated this. So I've had them before, but I updated this. So it's just got the washi. So it's super decorative. And I used the colorful boxes for this. But basically, you can use whatever you want. You can use pens. You can use like heart stickers. You can use whatever you want. And you're going to just basically assign a color to each category of your life that you feel like is planner that you're going to put on a planner. Not necessarily have fun all the time or sleep. Like, you don't have to get that specific. It's not that specific of a task, but it's something that, and I actually need to add one more to this, so I'll have to flip it around. It's something that you're going to want to do. The first step in how to do this, before we even get here, let's backtrack. Take another piece of paper. We're going to pretend this is another piece of paper. Well, it is a piece of paper. We're going to pretend that this is what I intended. And just write down anything you do throughout the day, everything you're responsible for. Are you responsible for paying bills? Write it down. Are you responsible for cleaning the house? Write it down. Are you responsible for cooking the dinners? Write it down. Are you responsible for doing the dishes? Write it down. Are you responsible for putting the kids to bed? Write it down. Bath time? Write it down. Going to the grocery store, write it down. Whatever it might be that you're responsible for. And maybe you share responsibilities, but you do take on those responsibilities at time. However it might be, write down all the things that you're responsible for. Then decide what category that item belongs to. So if it's grocery shopping, that would be like home, errands, things like that. And then write down that category. If it's children, maybe bath time, maybe that's just being mom, that's mom time, so that's just anything mom related. Whether it's going to carpool for your kids, okay, mom time. If it is going to get the mail, that would be like home time, that would be part of your home task, bill paying, anything like that. So just write down everything that you do and then put a category for it. Okay, now back to this. Once you have that list, then you can decide how many categories you have. If you have more than this, great. You just need more colors. If you have less than this, great. Then you just need less colors. You can take the colorful boxes, which I liked because I could write in the box, but you don't have to do it that way. Like I said, any color sticker or any colored pen or any color will work as long as you're doing different colors for each thing. So I don't recommend doing a light blue and then a dark blue. I just do blue and orange and green and like nothing that can be duplicated, so you don't get confused when you're doing light pink and hot pink. Like that, don't do that. That's just too much. That's just too much trouble. So, I mean, if you feel like you can work with it, but I just think it's not worth. There's so many colors. We don't need to worry about like really getting down to the nitty gritty. So then what you're going to do is you're going to convert each color into a category. So that list that you just had, bill paying, and it's going to, when you go get the mail, that's kind of part of bill paying, you're going to convert that to a category, and that's going to be part of your category. And so that category is then going to get a name. Bill paying, paying bills, banking, etc. That's my green category. Orange category is like B-list work that has to do with working real estate and anything like that. Things that are not obtaining a new client, writing a contract, getting a listing, anything like that. That's kind of a B-list item, like maybe picking up a lockbox or getting a file that I need to put closed and getting it out of my file cabinet. Like stuff like that that's not like urgent, necessary, but does need to get done and has the time and a place to do that. So that is step number 1, is really determining what it is and then putting it into categories. So that's one category for me. Lead generation and marketing, that is anything where I'm obtaining a new client, working a client, anything that's actually going to bring money into my pocket. That's super important. That is number 1 on my list. Obviously, these are not in order of like most important because mom time would be number 1. But that's anything on my list that's like work related. That's important to me. Then you have paying bills, errands, etc. for that type of business, which when you have a lot of businesses, paying bills gets a little more in depth. It's not quite as easy. I don't think it's ever easy. Paying bills is hard anyways because like you're watching money go away for things that you have to pay. I don't know. And then mom activities. So this is anything mom related for me. This is going to be carpool, student, field trip, whatever. Even if it's kids' sports, this is going to be, because my kids are so little, it's going to be under mom activity. Then you're going to have cleaning and organizing. And this is under purple, anything that's to do with household cleaning, organizing, probably even cooking. If it's specific kind of cooking, then it's going to go under here. Then you have me time. This is if I'm doing anything throughout the day that's specific to me that I do not want to forget about. So that is that. All right, now I will tell you, I don't normally plan past a certain time in the evening. I'd say roughly 5 o'clock, unless I have a specific event that I need to go to that I do not want to forget. So if I have a dinner party or if something that I need to remember, that will go in my planner past the 5 o'clock mark. But I'm not blocking out time to like make dinner between 7 and 7:15, wash dishes between 7:15 and 8:15. Like I don't do that. It's just kind of whatever I want to do, that's what I do. But then once you have this list and once you have this key, you're going to know all of mine, obviously black, purple, pink, green, orange, blue. So anytime I see blue, if I'm running out a certain time block of time, so if this is, let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so this is 6 hours. Let's just pretend each block represented an hour. It doesn't always, but let's just pretend. If I write in blue pen for this hour, then that's the tasks I'm doing. If I have an appointment that says appointment with Bob and it's blue, it means, in blue of any shade, it means my appointment is with Bob is a lead generation activity, and that's really super important. If I have down here pink that says, hey, lunch meeting at school, that's a mom activity. That's also super, super important, and I need to have that highly on my calendar. If I have green that says I need to go to the bank and deposit a check, probably that's still really important, but if I have to bump that for some reason later on today, if I have nothing else after that, that's okay too. It's not an, super, super, super important activity, but it does need to get done. Regardless, however you want to do it, whether you want to use stickers or pens, I've done both, then you mark out the time, and if you have the colorful boxes, you probably can just reuse the boxes, and there's a box that, in fact, look, I'm going to show you this. Alright, so this size, I guess it's a little bit bigger probably. But even the size that I'm using would work perfectly in there. Right here. Yeah, it would work really good in there. But plop that sticker in there and set that time. And I'll probably do a plan with me with this. Maybe this week, maybe in a couple days, we'll do a plan with me for time blocking like that. But block that period of time out, and then you'll know based on the color what kind of work it is that you're going to be doing. So if you want to clean your house in the middle of the afternoon, and let's say that this represents 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 p.m., 1 p.m., 2 p.m., let's pretend you want to 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, yeah, that's weird. I don't know why that's weird. Like, that's the accurate amount of hours. I don't know why that's weird to me. For some reason, I was thinking it was going to end on 3. Anyways, that is where you would want to, because it goes till 3. So this would be like 3 o'clock. Anyways, that is where you would want to mark that purple. And then when you get to that purple point, you're going to know, okay, it's purple. I'm doing house cleaning. So when you put full laundry, purple is going to identify what that is. Now, here's the really crazy thing. This is just my key for understanding the type of activities that I'm going to be doing at any given time. But this is also the key to know the level of importance. So if you want to make an extra list, like I did mine out of all order. But if you want to be really super specific, put them in order of importance. And then as you are knowing, as you're looking down your list and you're saying, okay, 9 a.m., I need to do all my lead generation. So at 1 p.m., I can go to lunch with my kids. Then you're going to know what's important and what's not important. So for example, if you don't get this done during this, if you don't get your lead generation done during that time, you know that maybe cleaning your laundry, folding your laundry is not as important. So folding your laundry is next. It might have to get bumped to account for blue. But you know what's important and what's not important. And if your day is super not important, then you know, like, hey, I have a chill day. I can relax. I can kind of do what I want. It's not super full. It's not super overloaded. It's going to be great. Here's the thing. When you make your task list, you're going to also want to categorize each thing in a category, whether it's pen or whether it's sticker. Like I said, I've used both. I think stickers are really easy. If you're just writing with a pen and you're writing a list and you have a line item here, putting a blue sticker by it, you're going to know. Then putting a pink sticker by it, you're going to know. It makes things a little bit easier when you don't want to have to pull out like 20 different pens to write what you're doing. But this is going to help you to understand what's important and what's not important, because as you're writing things in your planner, oftentimes you can feel as though everything is super important, and it's not. You have to know there are things that need to get done, Sure, like I said, paying your bill, it needs to get done, but it's not necessarily more important than taking your kids to the field trip or even doing things that are going to bring money into your pocket, so into your bank account. So I think that this is a great way to understand time blocking. And we're going to go a little bit more in depth with this in the future, just on how to account for time for every little task so you can properly time block. But for the time being, my recommendation would be just to overestimate the time each task takes. So if you do get interrupted or something comes up, then you can be super prepared for how to handle it if you give yourself a generous enough amount of time. And if you give yourself, for example, lead generation means that you're going to be talking to people and it's going to take some time and working time, then great. Then you know that's going to be a super long task. But B-list items, maybe you're just filling that in with a bunch of task list items that need to get done between now and the end of the month. So you're not necessarily concerned if you only get 5 items done instead of 10 on this list, or maybe you only get 2 done, but you did fill that time with something productive. It's just not urgent. So that's kind of how you have to decide with time blocking what's the most important thing and how to decide what you're doing. So in my case, like I said, this can be something that if you're using the colorful boxes, and let's say you are doing time blocking for an hour and a half of lead generation time, if you're going to convert this into 6 hours or however you want to do it, you can also use the hourly breakdowns, or you can just write out an hourly sheet if you don't want to use, if you just want to use daily inserts instead of having multiple planners, however you want to do it. But you can just take the sticker, a longer sticker, and roll it down if it's a longer task, or even like these, and just fill up a couple boxes, or like these, so you can do it that way too. I need to obviously get a new one of these because I've used it a lot. Without it being a problem. So my recommendation is to create your key. That's step number 1. Create that task list that shows everything you're doing, and then put those things into a category. And I would love to see it. I would love to see your idea for this and what categories you have. So what I would love, if you're not part of my Facebook group already, make sure to join and then share your pictures of your key once you get it done. And this is going to go with you week after week after week until you feel like you need to update or change it. And then that's good too, because it's constantly changing. It's constantly evolving. If you don't want it in your week or you want it smaller, fold it up and put it in the front pocket of, maybe you have a pocket folder, you have one of these, put it somewhere like that, and then you have it for reference, but you might memorize it and know exactly what things are which. However you want to do it, it's totally up to you, but this is going to be the key to all the success of making sure you're staying on task and you're doing the things you should be doing. And what I will tell you is, even if you feel like you're not busy, or you don't have enough time to worry about time blocking, or you're not super productive, those are all lies and misconceptions you're telling yourself. Anyone and everyone can benefit from this, because if you know that you have to get tasks done that are super important, if you delegate them for first thing in your afternoon, then your time is free and it's going to be off your mind, and you're going to feel super excited and refreshed that you got it done. So my recommendation is, no matter what you do, no matter how much money you make, no matter what your job is, no matter if you're a stay-at-home mom, or a Mary Kay person, or a big exec, time block. So my rant is over for that. Please let me know what you think. Let me know if you do time block already. Let me know what kind of tips you use, or what you could share with others that will help them. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to share more with you soon. Have a great day.